Rahul, thank you very much for joining in this afternoon. Let's start with an overall improvement that you've seen. It's revenue, margins as well as profits. What led to the improvement primarily this quarter, and what is your guidance for FY16?
Yeah, good afternoon. Overall, I think the key headlines for this quarter are that NIIT overall is back to growth and back to profitability on the back of sustained growth and profitability in the corporate learning business, on the back of a significant turnaround in the skills and career business as an outcome of the successful business transformation that we initiated in Q4, and also the completion of the subsidiary formation of our schools business. Overall, our profit after tax has increased substantially from about 0.6 crores in the same quarter last year to 15 crores this year, an increase of 14.4 crores. Our EBITDA has increased by 135 basis points year on year, and our revenue, net revenue, has increased by 4% year on year. In terms of guidance, we had shared in our investor meet in May after our annual results that in the corporate learning business we see continued sustained growth and profitability at similar levels, 15%, 12%. And our skills and career business, our direction was that we will definitely be turning this business around both in terms of growth on top line as well as profitability. And as you can see in Q1, we have already made good progress in that direction. And in the schools business, where we have focusing now only on the private school sector business, there we intend to be growing at around 10% on the top line and 10% EBITDA.
Rahul, I want to talk to you a little bit about Skill India, because there's so much of excitement, and you mentioned in the press conference remarks that you've already done a couple of those initial programs with the government in several parts of the country. What's the plan on Skill India? How much of business do you see coming in from the Skill India drive, and how will that change your revenue mix between the corporate segment? Will your, your skills revenue business, will that actually scale up? How will it change your overall revenue mix?
Yeah. In the short run, the impact may not be that substantial because there is a pickup curve that we would expect. But having said that, the total quantum of business available in this segment, as you would have heard over the last few days, is immense. 100 million young people need to be trained to enter jobs in various industries, 400 million that need to be retrained to world quality standards. We made a good start. We're engaged in a number of central government ministry funded projects, for example, the Ajivika program in multiple states. We're also engaged with a new program launched from the Prime Minister's office called Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And in the pilot, which was launched in July, we have met all the numbers that have been set for us, and we've trained people in Jammu and Kashmir, Northeast in multiple states, and in Jharkhand, demonstrating NIIT's ability to scale and reach any corner of India to meet skilling targets.
Okay. Rahul, do you, considering that you work with the government, do you have any sort of delayed payments coming in? I think that used to be one of the concerns which the company used to face. Where does it stand at this point?
Yeah, that you're referring to is the schools business with the state governments, which is the business that we have consciously chosen to defocus on. We are engaged in a few contracts which I will be getting over the next 2 years. In fact, this month, our contract in Andhra Pradesh is getting completed. There has been some issues with collections. With respect to the new skilling program, the whole model of how the skilling programs have been constructed do not give us any concern on collections, because most of them are actually designed to be cash positive to an execution organization like ours, as long as we deliver to the schedule, which we are very confident of.
Rahul, in terms of the operational flexibility and the operational growth, in terms of margins and your EBITDA performance, what do you think you'll be able to achieve for the rest of this year?
Yeah, I've already indicated that on the corporate business, we expect to maintain the 12% EBITDA for the year, as mentioned in May. And in the schools go-forward business, we expect to maintain the 10% EBITDA for the go-forward private sector school business. On the skills and career business, our guidance is that we will get back to profit and back to growth on the top line for this year. And that's where we are moving towards. At this point of time, we are not giving any guidance on the profitability number.
What will that translate into overall consolidated company level EBITDA margin? if you put it together?
Again, we're not giving an overall guidance, given that we are not giving the guidance for the skills and careers. However, it will obviously, we will be seeing improvement year on year on the PAT and EBITDA of the overall company.
Okay, Rahul, we leave it in that note. Thank you very much for joining in and talking to us. That's NIIT Limited stock extremely active, up around 13%. But that's all the time that we have on the show. Do remember to keep sending us your stock queries by posting it on our Money Control message board. Stay tuned. Closing bell up next.
CNBC TV 18.